Hello YouTube, it is Championdjk coming at you again with another video, and today we're going to take a look at kind of a blast from the past, I guess, kind of a defunct brand. I don't know, I'm confused about the brand, to be honest with you. I think CMs, so these are CMs, they're Lamborghinis. I picked up off of eBay, I got a good deal on them, okay? Came shipped from Japan. Actually got a really good deal, like shipped for them, and I was happy to pick them up. And I really just picked them up for one particular vehicle that I was searching for, and that's a Lamborghini Countach up there, which we'll take a look at in a second. But I figured I would gather the rest of my CMs collection. So it's CMs, I think, which stood for Colorful Models. Now, they're mostly known for this particular, CMs. I guess CMs is releasing cars nowadays under that CMs brand. So I don't know what's going on with that. But I do know that CMs in the past was really known for rally cars and making some pretty cool replicas of rally cars, which are quite expensive on eBay still to this day. So trying to find them on eBay, they can get pretty pricey. I've got one example here, and it's not even close to a perfect one. I got this from my buddy Heavy Metal 164, Optical Ruse, Travis. I haven't talked to you in a while, buddy. Maybe I should reach out. It came with a cracked base on it. I glued it back together. It's missing the antenna, and it's got a little chip on the front too, but he gave this to me. And, kind of a neat little model. But I just had this as an example as a rally car. I wish I had more of their rally car stuff, because it is pretty nifty. It's pretty nice. It's pretty nicely detailed. And it's pretty awesome. As far as years and stuff that these were released, I honestly don't even know. So I don't have much information about this stuff, but we're going to take a look at it together. This one looks like it kind of skid across the floor at one time. Must have been dropped or whatever, but it's still a cool little piece, and I'll keep it in my collection. But a nice little Peugeot here. So, but I really, we're doing this video for the Lamborghinis, and I've got some other ones in my collection as well. We'll set this little guy right here. He's going to be the odd man out because, Lambo. I guess what we'll do is we'll kind of just go casting by casting. So here's this guy right here. This is a Lamborghini Murcielago. And I got another one in this little lot of cars. This one's in red. So you can see pretty good detail. One thing you do need to watch out for with both this brand and Kyosho, and actually Atomica Limited Vintage too from back in the day, the older ones do suffer from a bit of paint rash at times. This one doesn't have it, it's just dusty, so I do need to clean it up. But it's been sitting like out on display without a cover for a long time. And you'll find that with all these, are kind of a little bit dusty. But you do find that they will get some paint rashing. And there is some, and that's something you're just going to have to accept if you want to pick up these models. So I know they're expensive and stuff like that. Mostly it happens with solid colors, like red usually is a bad one. Black's usually sometimes a bad one. And then I think it also shows up pretty prevalent on maybe yellow as well. So this one, maybe you can't even see it on the camera. It's almost like a weird bubbling effect. Actually, this model looks pretty good. There's really no issue with it. Maybe just a little bit on the hood there. You see that those little bubbles right there? That's what I'm talking about. All right, so Lamborghini Murcielago in black. We've got a tape over the screw here on the bottom. We'll go ahead and remove the screw. These are going to end up getting displayed together. And they didn't come with the boxes. They came with these. So normally this would be inside of an outer cardboard box. And unfortunately we don't have that. That was not included in the lot. So I will be taking these off the base and kind of storing them in a different way. But there you go. Here's this casting. So this is plastic right here. Metal top. Some pretty good details in there. And again, it's a little dusty. I got to clean it up. Here's a look at the base. They never have the name of the cars on the base. They are rubber tires, and they do roll fairly decent. They got side mirrors, which look pretty good on this model. It's like a separate piece, actually. Nope, that is part of the window. Or is that a separate piece? That's part of the window. For the wiper. Little Lambo logo there. And pretty good. I used to really not like, this was like my least favorite like Lambo for a while, but now it's the design of it has kind of grown on me. So this was the one that followed up the Diablo, right? It was the Murcielago. And I kind of actually like it now. I think it's kind of a cool looking car. So pretty neat. So we got two models there, two Lamborghini Mercies, and let's go ahead and we'll take a look at the Countach right away. This one stands alone. I don't have any other version of this. This is an LP 500S. They do have an LP 400. I need to get that. What I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to get every single 164-ish tooling of a Countach. That's my goal right now. And I'm not talking the new one or the new, like tribute to the old ones. I'm just talking, any of the first few generations or whatever of Countach. That's what I'm trying to get. I'm trying to get one example of a tooling from every brand that's ever made it in 1/64 scale. That's one of my collector goals, and then eventually what we're going to do is we're going to do a video. So that was the whole reason why I was even hunting this out. I wasn't looking for CM's models. I was looking for Countach's in 1/64 scale that I didn't have, and this one popped up. And it's a really, actually, pretty darn good version. My argument with this, too, and while I'm collecting all these, is that nobody's made a perfect version of this one, of any of the LP5 series, we'll call them. So LP500 all the way through the LP5000 Quattro, Vival, blah, blah, blah. That one. So this is pretty sick, though. I'm going to say this is pretty good. Now, you do see some paint rash, is what we're calling it. There's like imperfection. It almost looks like dust underneath the paint, but that's not really what it is. It has something to do with the way that, I guess humidity can cause it. Because straight out, when you would have bought this brand new, it would not have that, and then that develops over time. It's not, zinc pest is another issue that can pop up with some of these. And by the way, there are, I think, two versions of this tooling. There's one with headlights down and one with headlights up. You have no option to move them. The wing is plastic. You do get side mirrors. You get inserted details up there for lights, and you also get inserted details in the back for lights as well. And overall, proportionately in the way that this car looks, it looks really good. The only thing I could really say it would benefit from is actually having open holes in the wheels. So the wheels aren't perfect. The other thing with CM's models, they have this big disc on the bottom where the screw goes through. And it's not a big deal when you're just looking at it, but if you're shooting photos of it, profile, you got to Photoshop that out. Otherwise, it looks silly. So there's that. So there's your Countach. The real reason why I even bought this lot of cars was this Countach. All right. Next, we'll look at the Miura Jota or Hota or Jota. I don't know. And I've got this car already. So there it is in black. Here it is in black. Here it is in yellow. Pretty neat. So this is like a kind of like souped up version of the Miura, and it looks so cool. I actually like the way that these look. The original Miura is a beautiful car. This is like an aggressive version of that car, and it just looks, the styling, it looks a little more aggressive with the little bits added to it. It has a hole up here for an antenna, and this one came with the antenna. I may install that, I'm not sure. I might actually have the box for this one too with the antenna in it. I just never glued it to it. I think I've got it for the yellow one. I'm not sure. I can't remember which one of these I got first. And I think one of these I also got from Travis, Heavy Metal 164. But both of these cars are looking pretty good, kind of interesting. I think Kyosho also made one of these. That looks pretty good. And it's just crazy. I mean, if you look at it like this, it's got these hips right here. A little wide body and the wide hips, we'll just say. So pretty nifty there. Pretty cool looking Lambos. So we'll set those over here. We got a lot of black in this video. Let's go ahead and take a look at this one. I don't really have to unscrew this one from the base. We may leave this. I'm not sure what I'm going to even do with it. I might see if my buddy Todd needs it. But this one does have a little bit of paint rash on it. This particular one's actually in better shape. Well, you can see a little bit right there. So that's the importance, actually, you know, and it's still the theory. Everybody has a different theory as to what causes that. Well, part of it is some sort of problem or imperfection in the paint at the factory. It's not anything necessary that you did. However, I'm a lot of people's opinion is that humidity plays a big factor, and that's one of the big reasons why I keep my diecast room as dry as possible. Now, that can be to the detriment of rubber tires, though, at times too. If you dry out rubber tires too much, and they can start to crack. So collecting is hard to keep everything perfect and preserved. So it's just a challenge. So just throwing that out there as well. So far I haven't had any cracking rubber tires, but I do try to keep it around 45% humidity in here at most, and that's pretty dry. It's not like super dry, but it's pretty dry. Okay. Then I got one more casting before we get to the Diablo, which is right there. We've got this guy, which is a Bravo. And this is kind of a weird, kind of a different Lamborghini. This one in white. It's a CM model again. Yeah, real basic base on those again. This one actually gets like the open holes in the wheels, which it's too bad that this guy didn't get those. But this one did. This one got open holes. So pretty nifty there. Details in the back there look pretty good. I mean, the exhaust could be a little bit more detailed. But all in all, it's a pretty nifty car. Glad to have it. So this was the last time I think I bought a CM's lot, which I did off of eBay. I think I got that car, some of the Diablos I'm about to show, some other things. So every once in a while you can find them on the bay for a good deal. They're just not that common, I guess. All right, next we got a couple of dusty ones I really got to clean up. We've got Lamborghini Diablo SV, and I've got two of them. And here's what I'm talking about with the different tooling. So I got one with headlights up and one with headlights down. And no, they're not something interchangeable. I mean, I'm sure the headlight's actually there. It may be, but you can't flip them up or down. You could either get the version with them up or the version with them down. And I actually happen to have both for this particular model. So taking a look at that. We'll look at the red one in more details just because you'll probably be able to see the detail a little bit better. All in all, it's a cool looking Diablo SV. It looks good. You get the side mirrors, you get the standard stuff. The wheels look good, all of that. Pretty mean looking car. It's got some wide hips on this one too. And all in all, looks pretty awesome. As far as paint rashing goes on these particular ones, I don't think I've got either one is too bad or bad at all. So that's good news. A lot of black Lambos here. Let's go ahead and move these over here. And then, of course, we got the red one back there with headlights up, but I also have it with headlights down, and that's this one right here. And I haven't decided. I mean, do I need to keep a headlights up and headlights down version of each one of these? I don't necessarily know that that's necessary, but I probably will because I'm sick, you know? That's the problem. It's like, which one do you give up then? I'd probably honestly give up the one with the headlights up because I prefer the look of the car with the headlights down. But here is the headlights up version. This one I will take off the base just because it is unique. It does say on the base there, I just noticed it does say CM's China. So as far as when these have come out, I'm going to guess somewhere more 2000s, let's just, if we had to throw a number out there and I had to throw a prediction, or not a prediction, a guess, some sort of guesstimate, I would guess that these came out around like maybe 2005, 6, 7, somewhere in there. But yeah, some cool models there in 164-ish scale, at least. I don't know that they're legitimately 100% 164 scale, but pretty good, you know. We need, Mini GT's got Lambo licensing. Please, would you just put out a Diablo and a Countach? Make a perfect one. Actually, do all of these cars. Get a Murcielago, get a Jota, get a Mura. I mean, do a Mura. I know we got a Tomica Limited Vintage Mura. Do all the Countaches. Do all these classic Lambos. Geez, do a Bravo. Do one of these. I think this was a Bravo, right? Am I wrong on the title of this Lambo? There's some weird Lambos out there. I thought this was a Bravo. Maybe I'm wrong. I can't really remember. There were some weird older Lambos that didn't really take off in any sort of popularity, so didn't show up on any posters. Let's just say. But yeah, really cool. I like this stuff. I think this stuff is neat. It's kind of a weird piece of diecast history with CM models. I really would like to get, which is like redundant, colorful models. So CMs, diecast, whatever, what have you. I'd like to get some of the rally cars, get some more of the rally cars. I know they're hard to come by and they can be very expensive. Or Mini GT, hey, just put up more rally car stuff. That would be good. I would like that. Thank you. And do all of these as well. I would like that. Thank you very much. I appreciate you listening, which you're probably not. John, Lamley, tell Glenn, to do that. That would be, great. I would appreciate it. Thank you. All right. Anyway, pretty cool. I almost asked if anybody had any questions about this, like I was on a conference call for work, but I'm not. And you guys can't talk back. I'm talking to myself. All right. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. Any questions, put down in the comments. I will try to answer them. I appreciate it. And happy hunting these out on eBay. It's one of the most fun things to do in Diecast is to look for the old stuff. I like doing that more than I like hunting for stuff in the stores. It's the hunt's real on there too, just so you know, for good deals. It's real. I mean, it's a challenge. So I appreciate it. All right. Should I ramble on more? No, it's not. All right. Thank you very much. Have a good day.